morning. My name is Abigail Landry, and my senior project is about why our actions matter. This past summer, I volunteered at the Elliott Hospital on the maternity ward. There I saw firsthand what an impact nurses have on people's lives. Besides a nurse's education, experience, and overall knowledge, I found that the best nurses establish a personal relationship with their patients in order to promote trust and comfort. This is something that is mandatory in order to easily help their patient and ensure their well-being comes first, as well as make an impact. For example, I saw nurses educating their patients on infant care, involving bathing, car seat safety, and feeding. I watched as a nurse examined the car seat, making sure each strap was in the correct place and tight enough. My favorite part was watching newborns experience water for the first time while they took a bath. The nurse went through what shampoo to use and how often to bathe the child, along with how to feed them and how to change their diaper. Many nurses I met at the Elliott were students. I would even follow them around, learning about all the precautions and situations they may come across and what to do. I worked on filling educational packets for classes, and I read everything I could. I was so impressed with how orderly and calm every nurse was. There were countless situations where they would run out of room or even run out of supplies. If I were them, I would be very noticeably stressed, but everyone kept calm and did what they could to open rooms and get more supplies. I was also happy to find how friendly and willing to help the nurses were. They were so glad to answer all the questions I had and even let them follow me around for 4 hours. I made a lot of good relationships with these nurses. When you look at your life, you may realize that many of the decisions you have made throughout your lives may be heavily influenced by the situations and people around you. Now I want you all of you to think about these questions throughout my talk. What people in your life inspire you? Who has changed your life drastically? And what makes you want to be a good person? Through personal conversations with the nurses at the Elliott, I've learned the answers to their questions. One nurse chose her career when she was inspired by the nurses who took care of her mother while she was receiving cancer treatment. The nurse made sure to always be there for not only the mother, but for the family as well. The nurse dealt with highly sad and stressful situations and still managed to put a smile on everybody's face. Her dedication and ability to provide such comfort in a time of stress led this particular nurse to want to do the same for others. Now my family knows a lot about nursing. Both my parents, my aunts, and my meme are all nurses, so it was only natural that I too wanted to become a nurse. My passion to learn more about this profession is what inspired me to do this project on nursing. I wanted to not only educate myself on how the career of nursing came to be, but others, as well as what it means to be a nurse, and to even put myself in their shoes through volunteering. Through my research about nursing and my time at the Elliott, I learned similarly to nurses today. Nurses in the 1900s were also inspired by their surroundings to help others. In the 1900s, nurses were primarily used for caring for the sick and injured soldiers. During the war, women were inspired to help their country even if it meant risking their lives to do so. It meant a good income, a proud family, and a sense of accomplishment. It also meant hard work. Florence Nightingale is said to be the founder of nursing. She worked hard on the battlefield tending to injured soldiers, but what really made her stand out was her dedication. Florence not only helped the soldiers during the battle, but also during the night. Whether this meant putting in stitches or tending to wounds, or even having conversations, she was willing to give up her sleep in order to help others more in need. Florence was also the first person to create a nursing school, inspiring others to join her. In 1960, she established St. Thomas's Hospital and the Nightingale Training School for Nurses. She educated women on unsanitary conditions and how to prevent outbreaks of diseases through hygiene. Through precautions with her students, Nightingale and her students were able to lower 2/3 of the death toll. Nursing in the 1800s was risky, as the knowledge about how germs spread did not exist. Though through the help of others in science and technology, healthcare rapidly advanced and improved as we learned about sanitation, just like what Nightingale did. People like Louis Pasteur, the scientist who discovered the connection between germs and diseases, or Charles Babbage, the man who came up with the concept of computer, something nurses use every day. Nurses now sanitize beds, all surgical tools, before using it on another person. People constantly are washing their hands before touching anything. The ability to keep track of patients' data in a computer base and to access information, along with open communication between nurses, became very easy with advancement with technology and computers. They now have individual phones that every nurse uses so they can call each other, which they were constantly doing when I was at the Elliott. Though these people are not nurses themselves, their actions in science and technology, though not directly, saved millions of lives. And because of their efforts, people are now living longer. The average lifespan has gone from 45 years to 80 in the past 100 years in the United States. This means more jobs for others and more time spent with loved ones. Nursing no longer means caring for the sick. There are now all kinds of nurses. Medical surgical nurses who help doctors with surgeries, to midwives who go to people's houses and help deliver babies. Even endocrinology nurses who work with people who have diabetes. Even people who are struggling with mental illnesses are seen by nurses. Being a nurse doesn't just mean curing people. It means that no matter what, there are people out there for you and people who can help you. I now leave you with one simple quote. To save a life, you're a hero. To save 100 lives, you're a nurse. I hope you all find something you are passionate about and walk away understanding the importance of your actions. Maybe one day you'll inspire others too.